Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Letitia Stevenson, a child support specialist, and we will be discussing the program that everyone's been waiting for. We have special guests that will go more into detail. Today, we will talk about the new debt reduction program, formerly known as COPE. Today, we have Tony O'Donnell and Melissa Rodriguez, who will go into more detail about the program, discussing who may qualify, and much, much more. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning. Thank you for having us here today. My name is Tony O'Donnell. I'm the supervisor of the debt reduction team for Riverside County. I've been with the Riverside County for over 26 years, and I was with COPE before debt reduction for many years, and I'm really excited to share this new program and the changes with you so that maybe we can reach out and help more people. And Melissa is the senior in the team.
Hi, good morning. Thank you, Letitia. My name is Melissa Rodriguez again. I'm a senior child support specialist for the debt reduction team. I've been with the department 23 years. I've been with the debt reduction several years, and as Tony stated, I'm excited to provide information out to the public.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us this morning, ladies. I'm sure our viewers can't wait to hear how they could qualify from the program COPE Now Debt Reduction. Tony?
Yes, okay, so there's some big changes from COPE to debt reduction, and I think one of the biggest ones is how the agreement's calculated. So under COPE, it was going to be a percentage of the balance owed, and for a lot of people, even if they qualified for the program financially, their balances were so high they could never make the payment. Because based on California law, there's a 10% simple interest charged on all principal balances. So if a person doesn't pay for several years, that money just builds and builds, and the balances can be completely where they would never in their lifetime fulfill those balances. Under the debt reduction, it's not based on the balances at all. It's based on the person's ability to pay. So and their assets. So of course we need to be able to verify their income and their assets. But if you were previously tried for COPE and you were approved but you just couldn't make those payments, try again for debt reduction, because you have a much better chance now of getting to something that you can afford and getting rid of this child support debt that's been haunting you.
Yes, with a lot of the changes from COPE for the debt reduction, with COPE, it went based on your housing costs with required verification, as Tony stated. We required rent receipts, utility receipts that were listed under your names, a lot of verification. So with the debt reduction, it goes based on the cost of living or where you're currently residing at the time. So it's less gathering of information that is needed. So it goes based on the area you're currently residing, whatever state you're living at, and it's just calculated into the system. Your balance is not included in the calculation anymore, which could benefit a lot of our participants that may have participated before but weren't able to make the required payment then. With the program now, while you're in approval and agreement, there's no suppression on your license, and there's a stop on your bank levy while you're in good standings with the program.
Oh, good.
And that's across the board now. So if you're participating in the program, we're not doing bank levies at all. That's after an agreement's made, not while you're waiting for an agreement to be made. Yeah. An application doesn't stop that, but an approval and agreement stops that. So the benefits to the person paying support, of course, is going to be a reduced amount owed to the state. For debt reduction, just like with COPE, we can only reduce the amounts that are owed to the state, not to the other party. And like Melissa was saying, we're going to stop bank levies during the agreement. We're going to stop license submissions during the agreement. And in the end, you're going to be able to pay off your entire balance a whole lot faster because of a change that was made last May, where every payment counts. So in the past, under COPE and with the distribution rules that we had at that time, a lot of people had to pay off what they owed to the other party before they could apply for our program. And now they don't have to do that anymore. They don't have to wait for that. So if you owe some money to the state and some money to the other party, apply for debt reduction. You actually get double credit is how it works out, because we might make an agreement to reduce your arrears, let's just say to $5,000. And you're making $100 a month payments, and that $100 a month payment is going to the other party.
Okay.
We're still giving you $100 credit on the arrears owed to the state.
Oh.
So you're getting you're getting double credit on
credit.
that. And apply for that while it's available to you, because I don't, it changed last May. It was part of the COVID package to put more money into the families, and we don't know if it will continue or not continue. But it's a good time now to apply.
Oh, okay.
And then you have that great feeling of getting rid of that debt
Right.
that's hanging over you. It's that sign of relief. I work with many of our clients that they have their relief that for so many years they've had this debt. So they have that relief of satisfaction that their balances have been paid off, their
Right.
case is closed. Because a lot of our cases where the children have already emancipated, but it's money that's owed to the state. We can't zero out the balance, but we can reduce what's owed to the state, and they feel some satisfaction once their case is closed.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, people who have had cases open for 20, 30 years, when they,
Yes.
were able to make it an amount that they can afford and get this part of their life behind them to a new start, it makes a huge difference in people's lives.
Well, that's so good. I'm so happy we came out with this program. So can you guys get into some of the program requirements of the debt reduction program now?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so right off the bat, you need to owe at least more than $500, 501, to the state of California, because we can only reduce the amount that's owed to the state. And child support that's owed to the state is the child support that accrues during a time when the children are on aid or in foster care. And if you're not sure if your debt is owed to the state or to the other party, call your child support specialist, and they'll be able to help you, or you can call our helpline that's available at the end, because we're never allowed to reduce the amount that's owed to the other party. That could be done between the two of you in court, but this program is just the amount that's owed to the state.
Yes, and what the other requirements are, you aren't able to pay the aided period within the 12 months. If you're able to pay that off, then you wouldn't be able to qualify for the program. You would need to verify your income and your assets, and if a reduced amount is approved, you have to be able to make that reduced amount, whether it be by a family member being able to help you, or however you're able to pay that balance off. You have to be able to pay that reduced balance. If you're not able to pay that reduced balance, maybe this program is something you might want to keep in mind for a later time.
Yeah, so it is a needs-based program. So if you're able to pay your arrears without any reduction, you still need to pay your arrears. And if you're not able to pay anything, we're also not able to help you. It's if you're able to pay something, but you're not able to pay that full amount that built up over time, that's the customers that we're looking for to help out. And like Melissa was saying, with verifying the income and assets, people have all different kinds of income with the gig economy. Some people
Right.
work for Uber, some people are self-employed, some people work for a paycheck. It's different in every situation, but we have to be able to verify that income for the state so that we have an actual amount to put into the calculations.
Failing to one of the program requirements is if you're failing to report any kind of income or assets. If you're not providing us or being honest with us, because we do our diligent locate when we receive your application, we need you to be honest with us. Like Tony stated, we need you to verify your 12 months gross income. And then failing to make your payments. If you're not making your child support payments and hiding assets from us, or failing to file your taxes, that's withholding money that you could be going towards your child support. So that may either hold your application back or you may be denied.
Yeah, we have a lot with the filing of taxes because, child support's required by federal law to intercept those taxes to pay past due child support. And if you're intentionally not filing your taxes so that we don't intercept it, those are payments that you're not making on purpose.
Right.
And so you do need to file those. And there's been some cases, I think, for Melissa and I both over the years, where a person went and filed a couple of years back taxes, and without even an adjustment, it paid off all of their arrears, and they were done. And all it took was filing their taxes.
Right.
And we have free legal help just across the street at CAP to
Right.
file the taxes for you, so you don't have to pay to get them filed. We can help out with that.
Right. Well, I'm glad we had this information because so many people think negatively. If I don't file my taxes, then they can't get me. But all the time, this program will really help you if you do.
Yes.
So yes. So, what is the process of these requirements once they are met and their approval agreement?
Okay, so first of all, the agreement requires your signature and it gets filed in court. So if we approve, if we come up with a dollar amount and you're talking to the debt reduction specialist and the two of you agree on an amount that you can pay back, the agreement's not in place until you actually sign that paperwork. So you need to make sure that you sign that paperwork and get it back to us. If any of your cases involve another state, we might need a lump sum payment instead of a monthly payment arrangement, because this is a California program and we can't ask other states to modify their balances on a monthly basis the way that we would do our own. That needs to be kind of a one and done if it's with another state.
Monthly payments can be from anywhere from, like Tony said, a lump sum, or it could be from 12 to 36 months. The agreements can be 12 months, can be paid off faster. Like Tony says, all enforcement actions are still in place, would it be your taxes. So some of the times, some people would do an agreement for 24 months, and sometimes their balances can be paid off in 12 months. It's just depending, they might be financially able to pay it off faster. But the agreements can be anywhere from 12 to 36 months.
And while we're in that agreement period and we have a payment plan with you, there's no interest charged on that balance. We've agreed to a balance.
Oh, okay.
So it's better to stretch that balance over a longer period of time and make sure that you can make those payments, because there's nothing wrong with getting it paid off early.
Right.
You just don't want to miss a payment along the way. So,
Well, that's a good thing.
yeah. Because failure to meet the terms of the agreement is going to result in the compromise being rescinded. It's an agreement with the court, and if you don't keep up your part in making the monthly payments that you agreed to, then we have to take that benefit away and we put those balances back on. And that goes to the court as well. So the agreements with the court, we made an agreement on both sides that will reduce your balances by a certain amount for you to pay a certain amount. If you fail to do your part in paying the amount, we take off the benefit. So make sure you make those payments.
And like I explained again, these debts can be paid off faster with collection of tax intercept. It gets applied to your cases. So, while you're in agreement, like I said, any enforcement actions that are in place will pay off your case faster.
Okay, this is such good information.
Sometimes people just get to the end and they're like, I want to pay it off now. I'm so close, I got it. Yeah.
Right. Okay, and what are the process of the program?
Okay, so if you're interested, the first thing I would say to do is to contact your caseworker to request an application. There could be things that your caseworker needs to do before your case or your application gets to the debt reduction specialist, because all of the court orders need to be registered in California. They need to make sure that there's no pending legal actions. I know you're able to apply for this program if you have current and arrears or just arrears. But if you're not able to meet your current obligation, you're not going to be able to meet your current plus a portion towards the arrears. So if you need a modification of your current, you need to take care of that first and then apply.
Okay.
So that's something that you would need to go through your regular caseworker to get resolved first. Yeah.
And when you get the application, you can return it either by email, mail, and provide all the verification that is needed. So it's going to require 12 months gross income from all sources. Like Tony stated earlier, if you're self-employed or in a gig economy, Uber, Lyft, Instacart, day labor, that does require verification. Bank statements are also needed. Mortgage statements, tax returns, vehicle registrations that are either listed under your name or you have previously co-signed. Any properties that are listed under your name will require verification.
And a house you can own a house and still qualify for this program. You can own vehicles and still qualify for this program. You can have bank accounts and still qualify for this program. Putting on the application that you don't have these things and then we find them, that's going to disqualify you for this program. It's better for us to see them and be able to tell, whether you fall within the range that we can help you or not. what are you actually able to afford?
Right. Area to let us make the determination. Don't be scared to provide the information.
Yes.
So we can determine what you do qualify for.
Yes.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And the bank statements are sometimes the best way to verify that self-employed income,
Okay.
because we can see the deposits going in.
Right.
We've worked with people who were self-employed, like handymen before, and we can see the payment going, a deposit being made. We can see the purchases being made at Lowe's for a job, so we
Right.
know those are expenses, and we see the
Right.
living expenses paid after that. So that's the bank statements are sometimes a way for us to be able to determine that income. If there's no paper trail for it, there's nothing for us to verify or to prove, and then we're stuck. So it might be better to, if you are in a cash-based business, to establish some kind of paper trail
Yes.
before you apply, so that we
Okay.
can help you.
Okay.
Other requirements that are needed is once you provide the documentation and the specialist is reviewing it, there might be some other stuff that is needed, and the caseworker will reach out to you. Then if other verification is needed, and you can send it to them by email, mail. A lot of our participants, for faster process, you can take a picture of the document and send it to us by email. It's a lot faster like that. And with this program, you have to continue making your required payments. With anticipation of the debt reduction being approved, don't stop making your payments in hopes to reduce it. You would need to, whether you're paying by wage assignment or by cash payment,
Keep making a
your
payment of some kind every
Yes.
month, yes. So I know, so just one thing I wanted to make certain that the public knows, that people understand, is that you don't have to, if you don't get every single verification in with your first application, it's okay. We're going to ask you for everything we need, and you're going to have time to get it turned in. Sometimes people want to know, well, how long does the process take? And the process takes different amounts of times for different people, because every case is different.
Right.
If you have all your documents up front, it can be handled very quickly. Sometimes things take longer to get together, and that doesn't mean you're going to be denied on the next day because you didn't turn something in.
Yes.
We can work with you to get those documents and give you time to do that. So the process is different. The time frame is really different for different customers.
Right. We are really here to help you.
Yes, that's one thing we're always striving for, is that we're here to help you.
Yes.
Okay, so once a debt reduction has been approved, an agreement will be prepared, and we will notify you that agreement is either sent to you by email, mail. It's very important to sign and date it and return it, because all agreements are time sensitive.
And once you have an agreement in place, it's important that you stay in contact with your debt reduction specialist if there's any changes in your income. I know if you make an agreement for over 3 years, it's hard to predict how 3 years is going to go. What is a payment you can make today might not be a payment you can make 2 years from now. No one expected pandemic, right?
Right.
So if something changes to your income, reach out to your debt reduction specialist right away. We can renegotiate that agreement to what your income and assets are at that time. If you just don't contact us and we don't get those payments, that's when we have to file the paperwork to rescind that agreement.
Mm.
And like we explained earlier, all agreements can last up to 3 years, 36 months. It could be anywhere from 12 months to 36 months, or a lump sum payment. And like Tony stated right now, if you're unable to make your payments, very important to touch base with us, because if you're not in communication where you're not able to make your payment, the application will be rescinded and all balances will be restored.
Mm.
And things change, as we go through the pandemic and different laws, things change. So just stay in contact with your debt reduction specialist if there's any problems in you making your payment, to see what we have available at the time. And for regular casework things that happen over that time, reach out to your regular caseworker.
Yeah.
But anything regarding the debt reduction program, you're going to have that person's direct phone number and direct email, and stay in contact with them so that we can get you through this process and get this debt done with.
Right. So if anyone wanted to contact you regarding this program, the debt reduction, how can we do that?
Well, they can contact us by calling or emailing their caseworker or calling the debt reduction program at 760-863-2971 or visiting our website at rivcodcss.com.
Well, thank you, ladies, for all the good information. And you heard it here first on how you can qualify and the process and the steps that you need to take. Don't forget, you can connect with us via live chat on rivcodcss.com and click live chat. Or you can contact us at 866-901-3212. Next, we'll hear from Sherry Bailey and Patricia Rich with the Family Law Facilitator Office regarding the debt reduction program from the legal side of things. Sherry?
Thanks, Letitia. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. We have Patricia Rich from the Riverside Superior Court Family Law Assistance Self-Help Center. Patty has been a lawyer for 30 years, and 20 of those years, she has been a court attorney. Welcome, Patty.
Hi, Sherry. It's so good to see you again. Thank you for inviting me back.
No problem. Patty is going to share with us information on the debt reduction program, formerly known as COPE. Let's get started, Patty.
What I'm going to be trying to explain today is the difference between assigned arrears and unassigned arrears, and which will actually qualify you for the debt reduction program. So I'm going to start my PowerPoint now. Welcome to the Riverside Superior Court Family Law Series on assigned versus unassigned arrears. It is being presented by the Riverside Superior Court Self-Help Assistance Center. As a general overview, we're going to discuss the difference between assigned and unassigned arrears. We'll then discuss settling both assigned and unassigned arrears and the benefits of that settlement. The type of arrears that are owed is going to be dependent on to whom the money is owed. If it is owed to the state of California, it is called assigned arrears. If it is owed to the other party, it is called unassigned arrears. Assigned arrears are owed to the state. This is because the other party was on welfare, cash aid, or the child was in foster care. The amount that is owed to the state may be affected by benefits that are paid before 2008. This doesn't necessarily show on your screen when you go to Parent Connect, so you need to ask your child support specialist to check. At the present time, unassigned arrears owed to the other parent need not be paid first, but this is just a temporary program as part of the COVID Relief Act. Unassigned arrears are owed to the other parent. They can only be compromised with an agreement with the other parent. When settling assigned arrears, you can go through the Department of Child Support Services and enter into an agreement with the debt reduction program. This is an administrative process. What that means is the court is not involved. It is done solely through the Department of Child Support Services. There are no formal pleadings involved, you don't go to court, and you don't need attorneys. Furthermore, the decision of the Department of Child Support Services cannot be contested in court. When settling unassigned arrears or monies owed to the other parent, you would have to enter into an agreement with the other parent called a stipulation to waive unassigned arrears. This is form number FL-626. In Riverside County, you're required to file a request for order concurrently with the stipulation to waive unassigned arrears. This requires a formal hearing in front of the judge so the judge can discuss this issue with both parties before signing off on a stipulation. This stipulation must be signed by both parties and the Department of Child Support Services. There are a number of benefits to settling or compromising your case. First of all, it can stop the accrual of interest on the assigned arrears or the money owed to the state. Interest accrues at 10% per year. The amount that you owe can double every 7.4 years based upon that interest rate. At some point, the interest that is charged may even be more than the child support that was owed. Once you have settled the assigned arrears, it gives you a better opportunity to try and pay off those unassigned arrears because you'll have a lower monthly payment necessary to keep your driver's license and stop the removal of money from your bank account. Now, what you can't do is stop the interception of your tax refund or your stimulus check or get your passport back. Those are all controlled by the federal government, and the state has no control over those. But once you've obtained an agreement on the assigned arrears, it lowers the amount that you owe to the other parent or in totality on your arrears. And that's why you would have a better opportunity to pay off those unassigned arrears since you're only paying money to the custodial parent or the other parent. At the Self-Help Center at the Riverside Superior Court, we can help you with your agreement for the unassigned arrears. If you need assistance filling out the forms for the debt reduction program, you can also seek assistance at our self-help centers. Currently, all of our assistance is being done virtually. So you can contact us and set an appointment by going to our website at riverside.courts.ca.gov/appointments. Again, that's riverside.courts.ca.gov/appointments. Or you can call us at 951-274-4499 or 760-393-2163, and we'll be happy to assist you in making an appointment. Our center is here to help you complete your paperwork correctly. We do not represent you. We cannot give you legal advice, but we can answer legal questions, provide legal education, and review your paperwork to help you complete it correctly. We would love to help you out, so please visit us either at our website at riverside.courts.ca.gov/appointments or call us at 951-274-4499.
Thanks, Patty. That was some great information. Is there any charge for your services?
No, actually, the services at the Self-Help Assistance Center are all free. There's no income qualification. You just need to have a case with the Riverside Superior Court and not be represented by counsel.
That's great to know. Thanks again, Patty, for being with us today and sharing all that wonderful information.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
And thank you everyone for joining us today. And we're going to go ahead and send it back to Letitia. Letitia?
Thank you, Sherry and Patricia, for all that good information. Next, we have Cecilia with our careers information. Cecilia?
Thank you, Letitia. I'm really excited to share with you guys some really cool job opportunities and job fairs that are coming up. So the first one I wanted to talk about is the 26th Annual Valley-Wide Expo. So for that one, it's going to be on September 23rd. All you need is your resume ready on a PDF format. So for that, just go ahead and visit www.desertjobexpo.com. There is no cost for registration. Okay. The next job fair I wanted to talk about is the Outdoor Resource and Job Fair. That's going to be on October 7th. That's going to be from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So for that one, you physically go down to 749 North State Street, Hemet. And the phone number, if you want more information, is 951-791-3500. So the next opportunity I wanted to talk to you about is the Westfield Palm Desert. That one is going to be from September 14th through October 31st, and there are multiple job opportunities for the upcoming holiday season. The Career Center is going to be open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you need to do for that one is visit www.westfield.com/Palm Desert. And the next opportunity is StaffMark. StaffMark has multiple job openings right now. And for that one, all you need to do is text or call 951-351-4192. Now, the last opportunity I wanted to highlight is at the Indio Wind Center. And this program is for individuals between the ages of 16 to 24. So what they do there is they'll help you with your GED, with any kind of certificate training, and resume building. And their phone number is 760-775-2887. Thank you so much. Back to you, Letitia.
Remember, you can always contact us at 866-901-3212 or visit us on our website at revcodcss.com. If you want to find out the latest information or the next workshop, you can visit our department page on Facebook. Thank you for joining us today, Tony and Melissa. I'm so happy you were here to explain the process to our viewers. I know this is one of the hot topics that everybody has been waiting for.
Thank you so much for having us. And you know, on those open Saturdays that you mentioned, they can actually request an appointment for debt reduction too. That's a choice there.
Oh.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.